Using After Effects, we're going to make an animation using an image sequence, a sequence of photographs that we've taken. First, we need to bring in the images. There's a couple of ways to do this, and I'll show you two quick methods. The first method is to go to File, Import, File, and navigate to our folder with all of our images in. Here you can see that all of my images are numbered in chronological order. The first is 0946 and the last is 0994. If I click Create Composition and tick Import to JPEG Sequence, I can just press Open. Here you can see it's brought in the images and has created a composition using them. This method automatically puts all of my pictures in order and plays them at a nice rate. However, as you can see in that sequence, there are some images missing. This is because there were some photos that were taken that were not correct. This results in this missing asset colourful box here. In this case, if all of the images were correct and I'd not made any mistakes, we could use this sequence as is and change the timings by right-clicking here on the image sequence in the project panel and choosing Interpret Footage and then Main. This allows us to alter the frames per second down to something lower, such as 12, and then we'll press OK. You should see now that the animation plays at a frame rate we might expect from some stop motion animation. However, of course, this one has missing frames, so this brings us to the second method. I'll remove what I've done here by deleting it, and this time I will choose File, Import, File, and in exactly the same way I'll select the first image, but this time holding the Shift button on the keyboard I'll select the last image. Leaving Create Composition ticked but making sure that Import to JPEG Sequence is not, I'll choose Open. This should automatically bring up the new composition from selection window. Here I can choose how long each image lasts for, in this case 6 frames. I can also make sure that Sequence Layers is ticked. This will put all of the images that I have, regardless of whether they're in chronological order or not, i.e. if there are ones missing, into an order that will play in the correct sequence. If I want to change the timings of this, the easiest way is to press Command and Z or Edit and Undo, choose the images again, selecting the top one, holding the Shift key and selecting the bottom one, right clicking, choosing New Comp from selection and adjusting how many frames per second the animation runs at, where I could speed it up by increasing the value or slow it down by decreasing it. Let's try 10. This one should be slightly faster. Sometimes when After Effects runs through a sequence first, it is slightly slower than it would normally be. When we're happy with the speed of our animation, we can choose File, Export, Add to Render Queue. In this window that pops up, we can choose Output to, clicking on the blue text, we can give it a useful name and send it to a place that we know. Once that's done, press the render button and we wait for it to export that movie. And here you can see the video file that you can share with others. Obviously, After Effects allows you to do a lot more than just this to your images, so you can have a lot of fun with effects and sounds and all of the other things that you can do with it.